everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope that you all had a Merry Christmas. Yes, I know I still have my Christmas tree up. I'm the kind of person that likes to leave it up until the 1st of January. I just like to keep that Christmas mood going as long as I possibly can. And while I have this beautiful tree, I cannot think of a reason not to sit right next to it and film these videos because it's just such an aesthetic and I'm really enjoying it. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about something that is really important to me. Somebody who is concerned about the state of our environment and about doing the right thing any chance that you can. I wanted to talk to you about thrifting and why I have grown to love thrifting so much. I'm also going to show you some of my favorite pieces, and we're going to talk about the impact of fast fashion, which I think is something that has entered the conversation a little bit more in our society in the last few years, but there's still a lot that needs to be done and a lot of awareness that needs to be brought to people, and so that's what I'm going to try to do with this video today. So I hope that you enjoy it. Since we just had Christmas, I recognize the fact that a lot of people probably got clothing for gifts. And how often do you get something from a relative who maybe doesn't know you very well or doesn't understand your sense of fashion? You get something that you're never going to wear and you already have a closet packed full of stuff that you honestly never wear. It's a problem that all of us have faced at one point or another, and so I can't think of a better time to make a video like this with all of us sitting around with this clothing that we don't wear, that we probably bought at Walmart or Target or something like that. If you didn't know, fast fashion is the term that has been adopted for any of the clothing that you would buy at Walmart or Target or Kohl's or Macy's or from companies like Boohoo or Express. These are clothing items that were made somewhere overseas, most likely in a factory or a sweatshop by workers who are underpaid, and the clothing is not the greatest quality. It's very cheap. That's why people like to buy it, because it looks good for a little bit and it doesn't cost you very much while you have it. But all of that quick, cheap fashion that they are able to crank out at such an enormous rate at the cost of someone else that we will never meet, it does come at a price. And it's not just a price to individual people, it's a price to our world as a whole. And I have some facts here that I'm going to be going over, and I will link the articles that I referenced down below so you can go and look at those in your own time if this is something that you don't know too much about. So 20% of industrial water pollution comes from textiles, treatment, and dyeing. And given that most, if not all, of the fast fashion companies' factories are in developing countries, it's worthwhile to note that 90% of the wastewater in developing countries are discharged into rivers without treatment. Given how much conversation there is around the fact that so many people in this world don't have clean drinking water, to the tune of 750 million people, that definitely is something that deserves a little bit more attention. 1.5 trillion liters of water are used by the fashion industry each year. And if you are in the environmental space at all, if you're somebody who cares about this state of our planet, you already know that running out of water is a very real concern for a lot of people in this world. If you have access to clean drinking water on demand, you are actually in a minority, and a very privileged one at that, because like I said, 750 million people do not. 23% of all the chemicals produced worldwide are used for the fashion industry, and 70 million oil barrels are used each year to produce polyester, which is the synthetic fiber that is in most of the clothing that we wear now. So those are some of the climate impacts of fashion, and those are just some quick ones. There are many more out there that go way more in depth, and if this is something that is interesting to you, I highly recommend that you look into it. Now, next I want to go over some of the ethical implications of the fashion industry, which are really huge and need to be discussed. So in the US, it is estimated that every individual buys about 70 new clothing pieces annually. For some people it's a whole lot more, for some people it's a whole lot less, but that's about the average, and that's a lot. Workers in third world countries who are making the items being sold to consumers endure long hours, low wages, and unsafe work environments. As an example, in Bangladesh, 1,800 people have been killed due to unsafe work conditions since 2005. Workers earn an average of $96 a month. Not a day, not an hour, a month. That's not a livable wage. 75 million people work in the garment industry today, and 85% of these are women aged 18 to 24. So you're talking about a very at-risk demographic, people who are trying to support and feed their families. They're enduring some terrible conditions so that we can buy cheap clothing items that aren't even going to probably last us a couple of years. And I also want to make sure that I mention that this is not something that is happening in some far-off place across the ocean that we're never going to see. It's happening here in the United States as well. There are, in fact, sweatshops here in the United States. It's unfortunate, but the fact is the Made in the USA logo that so many people look for on the inside of their clothing items doesn't mean as much, and it's not an automatic stamp of ethicality on the things that we buy. All of this is really terrible, and it begs the question, what can we do as consumers? How can we make positive changes by voting with our dollar? Well, if you happen to be privileged enough to be able to afford to buy from the companies that are doing things the right way, that are making sure that their items are being produced ethically, that the workers are earning a fair wage, then good for you. But if you're like me and you are more workaday and you don't have a ton of money lying around, buying from these companies isn't necessarily an option. They're expensive, and it's not something that is really achievable for everyday people. And so I have found a way around all of that, and that is through thrifting. This is something that has really blown up within the last couple of years. There are so many people who have small businesses reselling clothing that they buy secondhand, reselling their own clothing. There are so many apps out there, and that is what I'm going to talk about today because it's so exciting to me that this is an option that we have. It's something easy that we can all do, and if you are a lover of saving money like I am and also having cute clothing like I am, then I don't understand why you wouldn't do this. I do most of my thrifting through an app called Poshmark, but there are tons of other apps out there that you can use, and you can also just find individuals who have thrifting businesses on like Instagram. So there's more than one way to skin a cat, but personally I love Poshmark because I'm able to find all of the brands that I like at a pretty steep discount because they're secondhand. They belonged to other people who, for whatever reason, don't need them anymore and are happy to pass them on to a new home. Everything that I get is in excellent, like new condition. There's absolutely no reason that you should feel self-conscious about buying secondhand. For a long time, I think there was a stigma attached to it because people thought that if you were buying secondhand or like shopping at Goodwill, you were like poor or of lesser means or something like that. That's not what it is at all. This is about us getting the most out of the resources that we have, the clothing that we have while we have it. If something is brand new and doesn't have any problem, why not pass it on to somebody who can get use out of it when either you outgrow it or you just don't need it anymore because you never wear it. I also think that it's really funny that I've had conversations with people before about thrifting, and they've kind of turned up their nose at it a little bit and gone, oh, I could never wear something that somebody else wore. And all I have to say to that is, you have heard of soap and water, right? You throw something in a washer and dryer and clean it up and you pull that thing out and it looks brand new. Germs are easy to get rid of, and I don't think that that should be a barrier to entry for you shopping secondhand. I want to show you some of my favorite pieces that I absolutely love. All of these I bought secondhand from Poshmark. This entire outfit was bought secondhand with the exception of the t-shirt. I bought this from a nonprofit fighting to end human trafficking. That's a topic for a whole different video. So the first piece that I want to show you is this super cute Boohoo bodysuit that I bought, and I think I got this for about $10 off of Poshmark. It's the perfect dressy piece. It's easy to dress up or dress down. I feel like everybody needs something like this in their closet, and this is what I went with, and I love it. I've worn it quite a few times. I've gotten a ton of compliments on it, and I have a rule when I shop secondhand because if you wanted to, you could spend a ton of money because some people sell name brand high ticket items and you could easily spend $90 or $100 if you wanted to. But when I shop for everything under $25. That's just my rule. I'm not the kind of person who has to buy just certain brands or I'll die. So for me, that's how I save money. But if you wanted to, you could definitely spend more. And for $10, I got a cute top that's gonna last me a really, really long time. I'm gonna get a ton of wear out of it, and you would never know looking at this that I bought this secondhand. You would never know that. The next item that I got is, again, a staple. I feel like everybody has this in their closet, especially right now. Denim is just very, very trendy, and it's this extra large denim jacket with the buttons. It's kind of a light wash. It's got this cute stripe down the side. I absolutely love this. It goes with just about everything, and it's perfect for warmer days when you don't need a heavy jacket. Denim, it works for everything. Next up is this sweatshirt. It's Moroccan Instant Lunch. I just thought it was really funny, and I love sweatshirts because normally I will layer my clothing. I won't wear just like one layer of things because I get busy, I get warm, and I have to take something off, or I slow down and I'm sitting for a while, I get cool, I have to put something back on. Layers work really, really well. I thought this sweatshirt was just so funny. It's in excellent condition. This is Forever 21, and I think I got it for, again, like $10, $8. It was a steal. Next up, this is one of my higher ticket items. This is a Free People tunic shirt. Free People, if you don't know, is one of those companies that is really trying to do things the right way. They're definitely ethically minded, and if you can afford to buy from them just in their stores, that's fantastic. I can't though, and so I buy secondhand, and I bought this off of Poshmark. I think I got it for $15 or $20, and I absolutely love it. It's very versatile. It's lightweight, so you can wear it in the summer, but it has longer sleeves, so you can wear it in the wintertime too. Now, next up is an item that everybody has to have if you are a person with two legs, and that is a pair of your basic denim jeans. These are American Eagle, and I got them for $15 off of Poshmark. They're amazing, and you know, everybody has to have a pair of jeans. These are a little bit nicer, no holes or rips like the ones that I am wearing right now, and you know, it goes with everything. Like I keep saying, everything that I buy is very versatile because I have a pretty small closet living in an RV, so everything that I have, it has to be able to go with multiple things, and I have to be able to interchange it out and, you know, keep it moving. Next up, this is one of my absolute favorite items. This is the first vintage piece that I thrifted. This is a vintage sweater with the old kind of wooden buttons, and it's got this awesome knit pattern. I love this sweater so much. It's wool, which means that whenever I need to wash it, I'm probably gonna have to take it to a dry cleaner, but I mean, it's so beautiful, it's so cozy. I absolutely love this kind of pattern on a sweater. I get a ton of compliments on this, and I just think it looks so cozy. It's an absolute favorite of mine, and I think I got it. I did pay more for this because it's vintage. I think I spent $30, which is about my ceiling for something, unless it's just like out of this world crazy and I have to have it. I don't like to spend a ton of money. I mean, that's another part of the reason, ethical and climate concerns aside, that I buy secondhand. It's to save money. And then last but not least, I just want to show you guys this so that I can properly demonstrate that you can get literally anything that you need shopping secondhand. There are few exceptions where I won't shop secondhand. And so this is a Nike rain jacket that I got. I needed it for school because I spend so much time outside with my major and in all kinds of weather conditions. And so I bought this rain jacket. It's Nike, so probably pretty expensive when it was brand new, and I think for me, I got it for $25, which is really, really good. It's gonna last me forever. It's in great shape, and it just goes to show, like I said, you can get everything that you need. So those are some of my favorite items. I just wanted to show you guys to get an idea of my personal sense of fashion, the things that I'm attracted to, and the wide variety of stuff that you can get shopping secondhand. Not only is it great for the environment, and it is good from an ethical perspective, but it's also really kind to your wallet, and it is getting the most out of the stuff that we have created as possible. It doesn't make any sense to me to buy something, wear it once, and then just throw it in the trash. And that is why I also try to donate clothing or even sell it on Poshmark any chance that I get. I have a paper bag right here right now that I am going to be dropping off the next chance that I get at the local thrift shop in my hometown. I just have a couple of pairs of leggings in here that I didn't really wear anymore, and rather than just throw them in the trash and contribute to the stuff in the landfill or whatever, I thought, why not donate them, and somebody else might get a lot more use out of them. There's nothing wrong with them. They're clean. I always make sure that anything that I donate or sell is clean, and somebody else can use this and get more wear out of it than I ever would. I just feel like doing that kind of thing is being a more conscious consumer. And if you saw the video that Stuart and I did about how we celebrate Christmas, you already know that conscious I can't say that word. Conscious consumerism is something that we really care about and is important to us. And it's important for all of the reasons that we said in that video, and it's important for all of the reasons that I said in this video. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did and you would like to see more content from me about thrifting and the different things that I pick up, let me know. I can definitely do that. I highly recommend that you go and check out Poshmark or ThredUp, or even just look around on Instagram. There are creators out there who have little businesses. If I can remember, I will link some of the ones that I follow down and below in the description of this video. It's kind for your wallet, it's kind for the world. I mean, we need more of that in today's society. I think we can all agree. Check out the links that I provided below that I pulled the information from. It's pretty eye-opening and it's really hard to dispute the facts. Let's all just try to be kinder humans. I think that that is the energy that we need to take with us into 2021. If anything, it's just to be kinder, more conscious human beings. So thanks so much for watching this, guys, and I will see you for the next one. Bye.